Did you know that this apartment sits on a plot of land worth 1.4 billion Hong Kong dollars?
Everyone thinks Tuen Mun is far from the city center, but believe it or not, this site was nearly the same price as the ones in Kowloon and was over 70% more expensive than the market anticipated. In 2016, the sale made headlines in Hong Kong newspapers when the site was first acquired by a company owned by the billionaire businesswoman Angela Leong, fourth wife of the late casino tycoon Stanley Ho. She outbid 10 property developers to secure it. Coincidentally, a viewer asked if we could tour Tuen Mun.
So here we are. Today we're touring a new luxury apartment called The Wave with spectacular views of Castle Peak Bay. But before we do that, here's a little background.
The Wave is one of a handful of new luxury developments overlooking Castle Peak Bay. Its facade reflects its surroundings, with balconies curved like ocean waves in chic black and white tones. It's also home to the largest penthouse in the Tuen Mun district, a rare luxury duplex spanning 6,288 square feet on the 19th and 20th floors. In this video, we'll tour two of the project's show flats, explore what drove the site's price in 2016, and take a look at how nearby transactions measure up. In the two units we're looking at, the first one is a furnished show flat in Tower 1, while the second is an unmodified standard unit in Tower 2, sized over 1,000 square feet. Tower 1's Unit A on the 15th floor is priced by tender and spans nearly 3,000 square feet, with 4 bedrooms, 4 ensuite bathrooms, and unobstructed sea views. A sleek, full-height shoe cabinet and seating area are located by the door, which faces the dining area.
Right by the door is a huge marble 8-seater. Chevron floors highlight this space, while a contemporary chandelier brings a playful sophistication. The living room is around 660 square feet, and it's large enough to accommodate a large chaise lounge sofa, as well as extensive seating. I love the architectural detailing that you get from the floating shelves, to the consoles, to the TV, and also the soft light fixtures. It all provides a very ethereal feel that contrasts really nicely with the grandeur of the marble. So this is the balcony. As you can see, it's absolutely massive. It curves in and out just like a wave does. And then you have the real waves in front of you. So here it stretches end to end. Absolutely gorgeous, especially on brilliant blue days like this. From there, there's Castle Peak Beach. So on sunny beach days, you can just walk across the road and spend your entire day there. And then across the bay, there's the Hong Kong International Airport. We've seen so far around 4 planes take off from here. Not a lot of people can say that they have a view of the airport from their home. One thing I love is that right next to the dining, there's this sort of integrated wall storage here. And it looks like typical storage until you actually open it up. And as you can see from these glass shelves and also more storage down here, that this looks more like something you'd use to store plates, cutlery for your guests. So you can just go over here, take out whatever you need instead of going all the way back to the kitchen. So the developer took the original guest bathroom and transformed it into a home bar. So what you have here is a really seamless fitted stone countertop. So this would be a great space to host your friends or clients as you guys just sip on your wine for hours and chat at this really casual bar area here that's also quite upscale. And you also have a Vintech wine cooler right there. And so this is where you can keep your wine really well stored and just pull it out for special occasions.
The kitchen comes with a U-shaped layout. It's very well lit with underlit cabinets and a small island against the wall for grabbing a casual bite. This is also where the staff's quarters are.
At the end of the hallway is the master bedroom. So here you'll have to have a custom bed as you have this headboard that's perfectly fitted. And it's also flanked by bedside tables plus armchairs. There's plenty of move around space at the same time still, which speaks to how large this space is. And you also have a floating TV, which is perfect for unwinding. Connected to the master bedroom is also a slightly smaller than the living rooms, but still pretty large wraparound balcony. And then you still get these really impressive views of the sea over here, so you can just walk out, enjoy your breakfast, and just marvel at the waters. In the summer as well, the breeze blows us right in, and so it's a very refreshing respite from the Hong Kong heat. So in the walk-in closet, here there's a European-style arched doorway. It's extremely elegant. There's also this frosted glass, which is a very stylish way of ensuring privacy, and that leads you to the master bathroom. If we walk in here, it's all stone, marble, and you have a 4-piece layout starting with these dual vanities, then a toilet, then a rain shower enclosure, and finally your standalone tub. Although it doesn't face the waters, it does face partial mountain views, but you'll just have to be sure to close curtains. Now let's check out this bedroom. So this is actually the only bedroom that does not have sea-facing views. That being said, it does have partial mountain views and a utility platform. It also has everything you usually would need in a room. It's pretty spacious. You've got a writing desk and an L-shaped closet finished in wood where you can just artfully arrange all of your clothes here, and there's also an ensuite bathroom next door.
Now let's go to the unmodified show flat, Unit B on the 12th floor of Tower 2. This unit is over 1,000 square feet in size with 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms as well as staff's quarters. Due to the number of rooms packed into the unit, it's worth noting that the individual spaces are slightly smaller.
And this is our second unit. This total space living and dining areas combined is 317 square feet in size. Right here is the dining area. This is where you'd place your dining table, perhaps an extendable one if you want to save space. In the living area, there's wall sockets on either side, so you can decide where you want to place what, where you want to place your sofa versus where you want to place your TV, and that faces these gorgeous sea views.
Note the balcony as well, which is 73 square feet in size.
Overall, the ambience is very warm and inviting with recessed lights, cove lighting, and also these modern chevron floors. Then we have the open kitchen. So here you have your 2-burner gas stove plus your wok burner. All Mila, you can cook Chinese and Western cuisine here. Since this is an open kitchen, cook carefully as you normally would. Over here, there's a Mila range hood that soaks up cooking odors, and in the living room, a smoke detector. Although this space is just 63 square feet in size, I like that every inch of it is really heavily utilized. So here we have an integrated fridge, even a small Mila wine cooler, and even charging ports, 2 of them, so you can play your music while cooking and not worry about your phone battery running out. Then we have L-shaped wall cabinets. I love the glass fronts. They allow you to reach for whatever you need without extra rummaging.
On the other side, an extended countertop with bar stools and an overhead rack makes room for a home bar.
At the end of the hallway, this space is 180 square feet in size. This is where you can place your bed, the light switches are right there, your wall sockets, and then over here is where you can place your TV, and in the back, your closet. And here faces these sea views, which, although there's no balcony, it's still very stunning. Separated by a wooden sliding door, this is the master bathroom. So this space, although it's slightly smaller at 59 square feet, manages to fit in an astonishing amount. Right here is a vanity with added storage, which, look at that strip lighting. And those glass fronts, you have so much room to store your toiletries. And then this is your toilet, and this is the sort of wet area where you have a rain shower plus an egg-shaped bathtub, which is actually huge given the size. So right next to the living room is the second bedroom. This space plus the bedroom next door, they're both around 77 square foot each, and they both share the same bathroom. As a result, their sizes are subsequently smaller to reflect this. They both, however, do share the same sea views. That being said, this room will probably have room for just the essentials, so your bed and your wardrobe in the back. The Wave offers 80 units in 2 blocks. While many of its units hover around 1,100 square feet, its unit sizes actually go up to around 6,300 square feet. As for car parking spaces, it offers around 84, which equates to around 1.05 spaces per unit.
Based on Squarefoot data, as of the 23rd of April, 17 units have been sold. The developer first put 20 units up for rent before launching units for tender in early 2025. According to the Hong Kong Economic Times, the final bidding price for the Ting Hau Lane site back in 2016 was expected to range from $620 million to $820 million, at around 3,000 to 4,000 Hong Kong dollars per square foot. As we know, it was ultimately bought for 1.4 billion Hong Kong dollars at around $6,800 per square foot, over 70% more than the forecasted bidding price, and in fact notably higher than the other sites sold around the same period. To put it into perspective, the plot was just a few $100s off sites in Kowloon districts. Within a 2-month time frame, a site in Yau Tong was sold for $7,068 per square foot. The Ting Hau Lane site was priced around $270 lower. Meanwhile, it cost over $2,000 more than another Tuen Mun site, which was sold for $4,085 per square foot, over 66.4% higher. So what drove the price? A big factor was its location. The project slopes out over the bay and offers unobstructed sea views, not covered by other developments in front of it despite being a mid-rise development. The area's appeal as a potential mid to high-end luxury site was also reinforced by its proximity to Harrow International School, Hong Kong, less than 5 minutes away by car. On top of that, Tuen Mun was on the verge of major infrastructure links, including the Tuen Mun Cheklap link, completed in 2020, which drastically reduced the district's proximity to the airport and the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge. La Avenue's CEO Terry Ng also noted that market valuations vary according to current conditions, while developers evaluate the area's future potential, meaning generalizations did not apply. Apart from its positioning as a potential key hub for transportation in the Greater Bay Area, it also stood out for being the only new development on its street among all the other older developments.
The Wave is surrounded by older properties with smaller flats and usually lower prices. One example is Dragon Inn Court, built in 1991, just across the road.
Developed by Wheelock Corporate, the development offers 192 units in 4 blocks, ranging from 692 to 970 square feet, meaning its largest units are smaller than the Wave's smallest apartments. If we look at the Squarefoot app for reference, we can find a similarly sized apartment to compare with the Wave. This one was sold at the end of 2025. At Dragon Inn Court, Unit 7B in Block 1, measuring 970 square feet, was sold for 6.5 million Hong Kong dollars at around $6,700 per square foot. This is more than half the price per square foot of a recent transaction at the Wave, which was $17,500 per square foot, a price difference of around 61.7%. In April, the Wave's Unit B on the 11th floor of Tower 2, measuring 1,089 square feet with 3 bedrooms, was sold for around 19.06 million Hong Kong dollars. Now let's take it to the Royale, built in 2022. It's a semi-new development with up to 4-bedroom units, also like the Wave, and is less than 5 minutes from the Wave by car. In February, a 996 square foot, high-floor, 4-bedroom unit at the Royale was sold for 16.05 million Hong Kong dollars at $16,118 per square foot, around 7.9% lower than the per square foot price of the aforementioned transaction at the Wave. From this transaction, the price per square foot is comparable to the Wave's transaction we analyzed just now, likely due to similar ages, locations, and sizes. Finally, let's go to Gold Coast Bay, the Reserve. Like the Wave, this is a new development built in 2025 with ongoing sales. Featuring 631 units, it's the second phase of Early Light International's Gold Coast Bay development. Unlike the Wave, however, it primarily offers units sized 305 to 545 square feet. For a better comparison, we found a larger unit in its Tower 1, Flat A on the 22nd floor, measuring 861 square feet, was sold for 13.87 million Hong Kong dollars in January this year, at $16,103 per square foot, consistent with the prices of similarly sized units at the Royale and the Wave. Based on the Royale and the Reserve's recent transactions, the Wave's aforementioned transactions actually seem to be in line with market prices. But why didn't the Wave lower prices initially? Well, for one, it reportedly wasn't viable. According to Knight Frank, the accommodation value at the time was around $6,800 per square foot. Therefore, including additional expenses, the approximate per square foot price of their units would have to be at least 15,000 Hong Kong dollars per square foot to yield a profit. If we go by these figures, the Wave's pricing is in line with market expectations. The developer's CEO, Terry Ng, also said the group was not under financial pressure. As a result, they were in no rush to sell and instead, after completion, put 20 units up for rent at around 50 Hong Kong dollars per square foot. Then in early 2025, when the market improved, units were put up for sale. Despite Tuen Mun's seemingly more remote location, business travelers may find this a good fit as it's close to the Hong Kong International Airport, being around 20 minutes away by car or roughly 30 to 50 minutes by bus. It's also a short drive to the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, just over 20 minutes, and is conveniently close to the Shenzhen border. The Wave may be ideal for those who prefer a more remote environment close to the beach while still enjoying driving access. The Wave is near the beaches lining Tuen Mun's coast, with Castle Peak Beach just downstairs. For everyday amenities, the Wave offers a clubhouse with facilities like an outdoor swimming pool. Tuen Mun's major malls like V-City, Tuen Mun Town Plaza, and Sun Tuen Mun Shopping Center are all under 10 minutes away by car, though a drive to Central will take around 40 to 50 minutes. On weekends, residents can visit the neighborhood's famous seafood market Sam Shing Hui for fresh fish or drive around 6 minutes to Gold Coast Piazza, an upscale open-air shopping mall in Castle Peak Bay. The development is also located near the Tuen Mun MTR station with a minibus ride less than 15 minutes from it or a 9-minute drive away. The station makes up one end of the Tuen Ma MTR line, which takes you to stations including Hung Ham, Kai Tak, and East Tim Sa Choi, from which you can access the Tim Sa Choi line, and also Tai Wai, a major interchange on the Tuen Ma line and the East Rail line, which you can use to go to Hong Kong Island.
Well, that's it for the end of this video. What I liked about the Wave apartments that we toured today were that they both had super cohesive design and of course spectacular sea views. So if you liked this apartment as well, head on over to the Squarefoot website or app for more sea view homes like this, and we will see you in the next video. Bye!